Hey, it's the Forward Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and
sex.
Today's topic is short men and game.
That is hot.
And this is, I'd say it's a minefield.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
It's a minefield, but it's something that can be dealt with. It's a very real thing. Shorter guys do get discriminated against in some environments by some people.
I think that it is similar in kind. Short men, exceptionally tall women, to no fault of their own, get discriminated against, and it says nothing about the quality of the person, the game they have, the fun they are, the femininity, none of it. It's just, but there is a perception that works against short men and exceptionally tall women.
And it's interesting because we did a video yesterday on tall women that even from the 50s to the 70s, they gave high levels of estrogen to women that were starting to appear to be taller than average.
Yeah.
To help them stay shorter and increase their ability to mix in the marriage pool.
Exactly.
And they do the same thing with men.
And testosterone.
Younger guys, they put them on growth hormone and testosterone if they appear that they're going to be short.
Fast.
We don't think about this stuff, because we don't have children that are that young right now. And the idea, of course, is so the guy can have a normal relationship with society.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So he's not at a disadvantage. But we know, and because the average guy is what, 5'9", 5'10"?
I believe it's 5'9", 5'10" is
we're always thinking
the
like
American
it's 6
average.
foot, 6'1". It's not. The average guy is truly an average guy.
And I mean, my ex-husband was 5'10", he still is, but 5'10", and I never thought anything about it. I could still wear heels. I never considered him short at all.
Yeah. There's so much,
or average.
There's so much to cover. Let's talk. We're going to talk about 3 points here. Number one is game matters.
Yes.
A short guy with charisma is going to move through the world like a guy who's 6'5".
Absolutely.
It's a non-issue.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the guys that I speak to that have good game, whether it be natural or learned charisma, they're like, man, I'm 5'9", and it's never affected me at all.
No.
It's literally, they don't even think about
or
it.
5'7".
Yeah, no.
Literally, you've talked to so many guys who are 5'7", don't think anything of it.
Think nothing of it. Game matters. The tighter your game, and you can think about this, what we say is like, the older you get, the better, and you want to date younger girls, you have to have better game or money.
Yeah.
And for a guy who's shorter, you have to have better game or lifts in your shoes. I mean, you have to have a little bit of everything,
Right.
And so game matters. The better and the tighter your game, the higher your irrational self-confidence is, the better.
I have a story about this.
Let's do it.
Okay. So when I was single, I was dating someone. I think I might have been engaged. But a girlfriend of mine used to go to dance bars, like country bars in college, all the time. And so anytime she and I get together, we tend to want to go dance. There was a man that I'm 5'2", 5'3". He was shorter than me, but I was in heels. So maybe he was 5'2", 5'3". And he approached me to dance, and we danced a dance. And this man had so much irrational self-confidence, so much game. We danced to Pour Some Sugar on Me. I still remember the song. He sang every word. He had moves and everything. He had so much self-confidence that I was seeing someone. It's not that this went anywhere, but I cannot hear that song without thinking of this man. And it still just shocks me how much self-confidence he had, given that he was probably one of the shortest people in the entire bar and was a man. I mean, but It did not faze him one bit. And I guarantee this man never had problems with women.
Nor should it faze you.
I mean, it was just impressive.
Yeah.
He was a great guy. Like, there was,
And this is what, 20 years later, you still remember it.
Still remember
That
every
gives you an
single time
idea.
I hear the song,
That
I
gives
think
you
of
an
that,
idea
that
of
guy.
how powerful game is.
Isn't that hilarious?
It's absolutely insane that it has that much impact on a woman's brain.
It has
literally
that much
imprints
impact.
things.
Yeah.
And again, if there's anything you see, especially in game, business and weightlifting, and there's certain things that certain people have genetic predisposition or they start with family money. But game, you can learn, you can go as far as you want with it.
You sure can.
It's just a matter of application and practice.
Yeah.
And being in the right environments. This goes a long way. Game saves short men.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely.
It literally adds height, it adds inches to your dick, and it just works.
Absolutely.
So if you're shorter than you'd like to be, or you feel that there's been times that you've been discriminated, because there's guys that are 5'11" that are like, I feel short. It doesn't matter.
Fair. I think that's fair because us even putting a number to it doesn't make sense. It's a sliding scale depending on your environment.
Totally.
Depending on your family. You may be, like you said, 5'11", but the shortest man in your family.
Yeah.
And you feel petite.
And like a 6 foot tall guy, like in the Netherlands, is short.
Right.
I mean, it just depends on you.
Yeah.
And your environment.
Yeah. So it's a sliding scale. But I think that's a great way to put it. If you feel discriminated against based on your height,
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And then so you have to learn more and better game and tighten your game.
Yeah.
So you can feel better about, because it goes away.
Yeah.
It literally goes away.
Yeah.
Because I've had guys that said, yeah, it used to really concern me, and now I don't even think about it.
No.
Number 2 is online dating for short guys is not friendly.
Yeah.
That's the best way it's probably the number one barrier.
Yeah, I would say so.
And it also causes men to start thinking that it's a bigger barrier than it is.
Yes.
I never heard anything before online dating about shorter men.
No. I agree.
I never. I mean, it just didn't even cross anybody's mind.
I agree.
You never heard anything about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so, online dating now, and I think a lot of it is girls, it doesn't actually matter that much because and we'll talk about that in the third point, but most girls are overweight. Most girls are very average or unattractive. It's one way of leveling the field for them. Does that make sense? I mean, and this is the thing too, just like with most women, they generally don't care about how much you make. They just want to make sure you're solvent. They don't care about how tall you are. They just heard 6 foot.
Yeah.
It's
true.
And they don't really care. But it's something they've heard and they parrot it.
Even though their dad is 5'8".
Oh, yeah. And they've never had a boyfriend over 6 foot tall.
I know. Exactly.
It doesn't know how tall are you. They can't tell.
Yeah.
So, but it's a barrier that, like Bunny, we were talking about this podcast last night. Online dating is not going to be their friend, so what should they focus on?
I think that the best focus for men who feel discriminated against because of their height is pickup. They should be really great at approaching every woman they've ever seen in their lives. Every woman you come across is a potential practice target. I mean, and then when it matters, you're ready.
Exactly.
But I think that, and make no mistake, pickup is not our strong suit.
Walking down the street.
Day game, I should have said.
Day game.
But
what in our sense, we mean being able to go out to a club or a night or a bar.
Yeah.
Social circle game.
Yeah.
Work game. Gym game.
Yeah.
All these things add up.
Exactly. Those you can be great at even if you feel like a short man.
Let me put it to you this way. It's like you're a business and you're advertising. You want to have some billboards.
Yeah.
You want to have an ad in the newspaper. You want to run Facebook ads. You want to do, radio spots. The more poles you have in the water, the better you'll do.
Absolutely.
Because let's say Facebook ads is the only thing you have, which is online dating, and it gets shut down. Well, now you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, so go towards multiple poles in the water.
Yeah.
And they do complement each other.
Absolutely, because you get good at the messaging game and stuff like
Exactly.
that. You just automatically, your mind starts clicking a little faster. So in person, you click faster.
If you do want to get online, there are things that you can do to use it to your advantage. Like it gives you a chance, if you're not strong at texting or openers or, bantering with a girl, using online is a good fill.
Yes.
It gives you lots of practice, and the girl's not like a friend of your mother's, or you know what I mean? So you become better without a high risk, or if they flake or ghost, who cares?
Yeah, you can test
they're
stuff
completely
out.
anonymous.
And like we talked about, you can test stuff until they push back or they ghost. So it's like,
Exactly.
either way, you're testing where the barriers are.
Yeah, you learn the boundaries, and then you can use this stuff wherever you want to.
Yeah.
And if you pull one or two offline, great. It's another pole in the water. But I would not let that be your primary.
No.
Because it will neg you out.
Yeah, it's just discouraging, and nobody
Yeah.
wants to just get their teeth kicked in all the time.
But that's the in person, and the reason is the third point. Women have no sense of scale. They are not good at spatial relations. You'll say, how tall is that man? I don't know, 6 foot, 7 foot? They can't tell.
Yeah.
All they know, if they talk to you and you're charismatic and they like you, you're tall enough.
Yeah, it's true.
And you can ask them and go, how tall? I don't know. You're taller than me. And this is what girls want to be able to do. This is most girls, and not all, most of their minimum. I want them to be taller than me if I'm in heels.
Yeah.
That's it. Girls are 5'2", they got 3 inches, they're 5'5". It just, and some girls don't care.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. And we talk about the 20-60-20. 20% of girls are not going to go out with you no matter what.
Yeah.
They have a height preference, that's fine.
It's just like their type.
It's their type. 60% are open to suggestion. Mm-hmm. How tight is your game?
That's right.
How charismatic are you? How interesting? How much fun? And then the third group are looking for you.
Yeah.
And you'll know.
So that gives you 80% of women
Yeah.
to hit on.
Yeah. And you can't tell till you hit on them.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know till they're taking their clothes and putting them back on at your apartment because you scored. That's how you know. It really does take, that's your proof of the whole theory.
I love it.
But as a short man, you're going to definitely have more challenges than a tall man would, but you have so many compensating factors too. You got money, you got game, you get in shape faster, you look better.
Yeah,
from
seriously.
weightlifting. There's all kinds of things. You look better in clothes most of the time.
It's true.
So there's a lot of things that you can use, but the bottom line is tightening your game, getting better at game will help you, balance the scales in a sense.
Yeah.
And
I think one of the best ways to improve your game immediately, I'm not about to pitch a book, immediately is to start watching stand-up comedy. We've talked about this in previous podcasts, how beneficial it is to surround yourself with this kind of levity and quick-wittedness, because especially if you're approaching women, and you have to have a levity and a confidence about you that nothing she says, bitchy or otherwise, ruffles your feathers, and you have to have a little bit of a quicker response in person than you do on text. Because at least on text or, messaging through the apps, you can take all the time you feel like you need to come up with something good to say. But in person, it has to be quicker.
Bunny has a good point here too. Because I worked at a comedy club for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I walked out of there like whip smart, fast, extremely dangerously good with words.
Exactly.
And that stuff stays with you. I tell people I'm slower today than I was.
But I think that's as much just because you don't have as much need to practice.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
you give me shit all the time. You mess with our clients all the time, but it's not the same level.
No, we're using it all the time.
Yeah.
Out in the world.
Yeah.
Even with this, if you do have issues with, there are improvisation classes.
Yes.
And you're so awkward and it's so uncomfortable in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then you get better at it really quick and you learn the tricks of the trade. You know, and you learn lines and you learn, like, you know, there's certain phrases and structure to it and outlines. Whatever you have to do to be more comfortable in your skin, you got to do it.
Well, I would say improv classes, great option. Listening or watching comedy shows, attending them in person, even better.
Even better.
3, I would say, excuse me, something like a Toastmasters program.
Yeah.
You know,
Anything that forces you to get up in front of people.
huge.
The reason I kind of encourage improvisation is,
Oh, that's the best thing.
yeah, it's going to force you to think on your feet and respond to the unknown.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. But what you'll notice with all comedy stuff is that what comedians do that actually gets the laugh is they always take the joke further, hang on to it a little bit longer than anyone else would be comfortable with. That's where short guys can benefit, because if they can say something, whatever it is, say something and truly own it to the end, you'll turn even that 20% that's a maybe.
Yeah.
Or
60%.
60% that's a, you know, that's
Oh, you
in the
can definitely
kind
change the 60%.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, you know, I think that those are really great
good.
suggestions.
We want you to win.
Yeah. If you like this, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you have overcome this, if you have a friend who is an absolute badass short guy who picks up more pussy than any of your tall, buff Chad friends, let us know. We love to hear your stories. We want you to win. Bye.